Hello. Daddy, say hi.
Hello.
Where are we going again?
We are headed to Home Depot to get some insulation.
What is that? Oh yeah, that
Foam. We're getting some foam
stuff.
to insulate the garage doors.
Are those like cows?
Those are cows.
Target. I love Target.
Let's go in.
Are we bringing Mr. Camera?
Yeah.
It's Mr. Camera. This is his hair.
You filming? Okay.
One of these. One of these?
Yeah, I'll grab this one. This'll work. Right here.
Okay. How many do we need?
Okay, so we're gonna go with this foam board. It's a 4x8, 2-inch thick. We need 6 of them.
6?
6.
6? Oh goodness. Oh. Fine. Whoa. Wow.
Yep.
6. Do you think you'll have extra for me?
Maybe, I don't know.
I'm trying to make something out of foam. Wait, how many do we have? 3. We need 3 more.
We have 1 already at home.
Oh, you're doing your dodge too?
Yep.
Oh, no wonder we need so much. I'm like, why are we using so much?
That's the plan. All right, we got our 6 boards. Now this stuff, I think, I'm no expert on insulation, but I think it was like a 7 or a 7.7, the R value, which was a little bit more than the 1.5 inch stuff, because our garages are actually like 1.75 inch, 1.7/8. So I was glad that I was able to squeeze the 2-inch foam in there. So that would be a nice tight fit. I didn't want the 1.5 inch stuff kind of rattling around in there. But it also, I assume, will insulate a little bit better. I don't know. We'll see. Let's go buy it.
This compared to this.
You holding that?
Yeah. All right, let's go. We're going. I put my back on there. Is that fine?
Yep, that's fine. Just don't forget it.
Okay, I won't.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna get.
Yeah, more than
Let's
that,
see
right?
here. We have
Oh.
cotton candy.
Oh, I was gonna say, are you covering with somebody? They asked you to cover?
Wait, what is this? Strawberry shortcake. And then what is this? Blueberry and cream. Let me get the cotton candy. Okay, let's go.
Got it? All right.
Yeah. Wait, where's the truck?
It's over here. You see the back of it right there?
Oh yeah, it's right there. It's right there.
Right
Yeah. That's a lot of foam.
It is a lot of foam.
Hey, look.
That's right.
There was so much. Just foam right there. I really hope that as soon as we get home, these boards aren't just where my foot.
Okay, come here.
I'm flying. I flew. Hello. Just. Okay. Oof.
All right, we're back in the garage. I'm gonna show you, this is what I've got done so far. I bought one piece. This is our 6 pieces that we just bought right here. I bought one earlier today just to make sure that it would fit, that the 2-inch would fit in the door, and it does. Okay, so this door is 8 feet tall, 16 feet wide. And so one 4x8 sheet we were able to cut into these 5 pieces for this, and this is all we had left, was about 5 inches. So we needed 3 more to do this, and then I think we can use the other 3 for this door here. It's gonna be close. Now the way I'm doing it, I gotta cut each piece individually. I thought about buying one of those kits, but none of the sizes are the same. So these pieces, I left them 4 feet wide and they were able to fit right here. If you measure right here, 4 feet lands right there. So what I was doing is I left them 4 feet wide, and then I cut them so it would slide up into this one and then to the bottom right here. So this ends up being, so if I go right there to right there, it's 16 and a half. What I was doing is I was doing 17 and a quarter is how tall I was cutting these. And it took a little bit of finesse to get them in there, but what I would do is I would kind of slide it up in the top, and then I would kind of slide it into here until I could get this back piece in, then I would slide it back down a little bit and over. It would only slide into this piece maybe 1/8 of an inch because there's a piece of foam in here already. Like if you can see on this side, over here on this door, you can see the foam that's already in there. So it didn't slide much into there, but that way it's a pretty snug fit, and so that way it's slid, you know, it's halfway up, it's halfway through here, halfway through here. It's a good bit into here, you can see right there, and then it's only about 1/8 of an inch into this side. But it's pretty tight in there, it's not gonna go anywhere. I also pulled out these screws when I would slide it in, and then once I got it in a position, I put the screws back in, so it should kind of help hold it as well. You can kind of see the foam back in there. I thought maybe I'd have to put some spray foam in here, but I don't think that's going to be necessary. This is a pretty tight fit. So these ones are a little bit narrower. I won't be able to leave those 4 feet wide. I'm gonna have to trim those, which is a bummer because that's just more cutting. But if I go from right here to here, I'm gonna have to go about 45, maybe 45 and a quarter is how wide I can make these pieces. And then of course, the top panel and the bottom panel are a little bit taller than the 3 middle ones, so nothing's the same. We'll just cut them all one at a time. This side, I kind of just started in the middle and worked my way up, and then did 2 bottom ones. But I'm gonna do it, I'm actually gonna start at the top. I think it would be easier, and work my way down, because that way I can kind of hold, when I'm kind of trying to slide these around in there, I kind of have to put my hand on it and then hit my hand with my other hand to kind of get them to slide a little bit. And I would also put my foot on the bottom of the garage door to help kind of hold it from jiggling around. So it was just a work from the top to the bottom, but I don't think it really matters. So let's get some cutting and get installing. did is I just sliced a line on tinfoil side. I didn't cut all the way through, but I just moved it right to the edge of the table. I'll just break it like that. And we'll just have to slice the plastic on the other side. Done with the 2-car garage. So I used 4 panels. Sorry, I used 4 4x8 sheets of that foam for this door. I was able to use 1 4x8 sheet for each row on this, and I barely had any left over because this is an 8-foot door and it's 16 wide, so it just about barely fit. I did mess up on this very last panel that I was putting in. I, for whatever reason, cut it an inch too short because they're a little shorter than 4 feet wide. But luckily, I was able to take that one that I cut an inch too short, and I was able to chop it in half and use it on the other door, and then cut a piece. So over here, right here, I was able to cut that one in half, put it in here, and just use that. So we're onto this door now, but this door is going to be a little bit tricky. It's 10 by 10, and what I was thinking was that I would be able to do, I bought 3, right up here, 3 4x8 of those 2-inch thick foam pieces. And in my head I was thinking, just by looking at it without taking any major measurements, okay, I can use 1 4x8 sheet here, 1 4x8 sheet here, and then that leaves me with this half row, and then the 2, and then all of the top up here. And in my head I was thinking, okay, well, so I can do 5 of these panels with 1 4x8 sheet. So if I have 1, 2 of the full panels up top, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the half panels, which is really 3 full panels, that makes 5 panels. So I should be able to use the 3rd 4x8 foam to fill in the rest of this. But it's actually not going to work because these panels are a little bit different sizes than the other ones. So on the other door, the very top panel and the very bottom panel, I cut the foam pieces 20.25 inches tall, and then the 3 middle ones were 17 and a half or 17.25. Anyways, and they were able to fit. But over here, it's not that way. The 2 bottom panels are 20.25. The middle 2 are 17.25, and then the top 2 are 20.25. So I can do a 4x8 panel here with 2 of the 20.25s, or 3 20.25s and 2 17.5s, and it will fit with like 1/4 inch or 3/4 of an inch to spare, something like that. But then that doesn't leave us enough for the 3rd panel to do all these half panels over here and the top, because it's like 2.5. It ends up working out to being 2.5 inches too short. So, and I've run the math 100 different ways to try to figure out how to fit them, and I can't quite fit them. So what I'm gonna do is when I cut these pieces, the height, I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm only gonna have a 3/4 of an inch extra on the height, but the width, this is 3 inches short. It's like 45 inches wide, these panels that I need to cut. So that gives me 3 extra inches on the side, right? So what I've been doing is I'll cut the piece 17 and a half or 20 inches and a quarter, whatever it needs to be, and then the end I'll chop 3 inches off the end of that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that 4x8 sheet and I'm going to chop 3 inches off the whole side of the 8-foot section of it. So I'll have a piece that's 3 inches wide, 8 foot long, just because it doesn't need to be 8 foot long, but it needs to be longer than 20 and a quarter or 17 and a half, because what I'm going to end up doing on 2 of these smaller panels is they're going to be a little short top to bottom, which works out to be the best way. I tried doing it maybe short side to side, but I think top to bottom this is going to work out the best. It's going to be like 2 1/4 inches too short top to bottom. So what I'm going to do on 2 of these panels is I'll shove the foam all the way up, and then I'll have a little gap down here, and then I'll just put another strip right there across the bottom is what I'm going to end up doing. And then I'll maybe get some of that aluminum. I've got some of that aluminum tape for like ducting and stuff. Maybe I'll just put a strip. I don't know. We'll see how it's going to fit. Let's start cutting and see how it all fits in there. I'm up here with the final piece to the puzzle. Last little piece right here. These are the 2 pieces that I had to kind of scab together with extras from the other pieces just because it wouldn't fit. I explained that earlier, but I got this one done already and it doesn't look too bad. I might put some of that ducting tape across there to make it look a little better, but this is kind of what it looks like. I cut this piece and I shoved it this way and then up in and over a little bit, and so there's about, from the bottom of this to about the bottom of here is 3 inches, and that's exactly what this piece is. But it takes a little bit to get it in. What I had to do is I had to use the 2 putty knives and kind of squish this piece, slide it in, and then I kind of put the top in first, right? So it's kind of angled, and then I would use the putty knife on the bottom and just kind of shove it all the way in. So it's a pain, but let's get this last piece in. Let's set you up here and see if we can get Man, what a pain. We got it. This one actually turned out a little bit better than this one, I think. But it kind of just squishes in there, and then it'll kind of expand a little bit once it's squished in there, hopefully. I don't know what it's going to look like long term, but yeah. That's it. Oh man, I'm glad those are done. That was something else. Climbing down off the Jeep. So, but I think it's going to turn out awesome. I didn't do any kind of before or after temperature wise. Like I said, I didn't get any before or after temperature wise to see if this makes a difference. Of course it's going to make some kind of a difference. I don't know the extent of it though, but I've got other things that I got to fix too. You can feel a draft coming between. You know, I don't know if there's a way to adjust the doors to seal that up. I know maybe I know one of the seals is coming off outside. On this side of the garage, the attic is not insulated, and this outside wall is probably not insulated because there's no house above this side. So I'm sure that also is going to help. And then if I eventually put a heater in here, which is the plan, it'll make all the difference. But long story short, or overview, it was a little bit bigger project than I thought. If I was to do it again, I could probably get away with 1.5 inch instead of the 2-inch stuff, and I could have just glued it. That would have been super easy, instead of trying to smash these pieces in here and fish them in with, you know, with the putty knives, trying to just get them to slide in there. And I mean, I put them in pretty far. Like, I was trying to get them the biggest pieces I could to fit in here. So like, I would even undo these screws. Well, not this one because there's already a piece of foam here, but like this one, I would undo these 2 screws so this piece of foam would slide all the way right there. So it was a super tight fit. What I really could have done if I had planned it out better was, this company actually makes 1.75 inch thick foam that they were advertising on their website. I don't know how I would have ordered it, if I could have ordered it through Home Depot or whatever, but that probably would have been ideal but I do like the 2-inch. I mean, that's what they had. It's a nice tight fit. One thing too, it really quieted down the garage doors. Just going up and down, they're way quieter with all this insulation on there. I am gonna have to adjust the doors because they're heavier. I think the spring on this one's getting worn out anyways, because even without the insulation in it, it was kind of hard to lift up. You know, the spring's supposed to take most of the weight. So I'm probably gonna have to tighten the springs up on those. I don't really know. I know I've done it before because on this side, I've had to replace these springs and this opener. I've had to replace both of them. One of these springs broke. When I bought new springs a couple years ago, I told the guy, hey, I'm gonna put insulation in this eventually. And so he gave me, I guess, a little bit stronger springs and just told me to adjust it down, or just to adjust it up when I put the insulation in. We'll see how that works. I did take off, when I did the top panel on this, I took this piece off, and then when I did the bottom row, I also took this bottom piece off with the seal on the bottom so there was a little bit more room. But I didn't take them off at the same time, but when you do take those off, like, it is kind of flimsy. Like when I was doing the bottom and I had the bottom seal off, you couldn't push too hard on the door because it would really move. Awesome. Well, like I said, I'm gonna have to adjust those springs to make sure the doors, because it did add, so each of those 4x8 panels weighs, I think it said about 5 pounds, and I used just about every bit of the panels. So 3 panels on this door, that's 15 extra pounds. 4 panels on the 2-car garage door, that's 20 extra pounds on that door. So I'm definitely gonna need to either adjust those springs or maybe even get new springs. We don't know. I mean, I'll probably try to adjust them and see how that goes. But that's it. One step closer to a warmer garage. Hopefully this was helpful. If it was, man, give it a like, thumbs up, whatever, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Until next time, go build something cool. Later. Man, what a mess. Luckily, shop vac. Pretty quick work of this.